This is Margaret Knoll with the League of Women Voters of Portland, and you are watching the Video Voters Guide or listening to our podcast. We are here today to talk with candidates running in the November 5th, 2024 general election. We are grateful for the support of the Carolyn Velma Sailing Foundation, the League of Women Voters of Portland Education Fund, the Weiss Foundation, and our media partner, Metro East Community Media. With me is Phillipe Knab, running for City of Portland Councilor, District 3, which covers most of Southeast Portland. Welcome, Mr. Knab.
Thanks so much for having me.
Please tell us a little about yourself and why you are running for this position.
Great. Thanks so much. And thank you to the League of Women Voters for doing this very important work. My name is Phillipe Knab. I'm an attorney with 20 years of socially progressive advocacy and policy experience, and I'm running on a pragmatic, results-oriented platform. I want to address public safety and unsheltered homelessness. A little bit about me. I was born in Mexico. I moved to this country not speaking any English at the age of 5. I was raised by a single mother in rural upstate New York. After college, I had the amazing privilege of working for the late great U.S. Senator Paul Wellstone. That experience really taught me that I could live my values in my professional life, and I've done that ever since. I went to law school, and since then, I have worked. I started as an eviction defense attorney in Brooklyn, New York, representing low-income tenants in either substandard standard housing conditions or facing eviction. Then I moved to public defense, where I represented low-income individuals accused of crimes. After that, I took a leadership position running an interdisciplinary group representation project in East New York. After that, I was a supervising civil rights prosecutor for the New York City Commission on Human Rights. Finally, my family and I moved here to Portland, Oregon, where I took a position as managing attorney of West Justice Project's Vancouver office. And finally, I am the Eviction Defense and Reentry Program Manager for the Washington State Office of Civil Legal Aid, where I oversee approximately a $30 million annual budget, which includes the country's first fully functional statewide right to counsel for low-income tenants. I say this, I tell you my resume in such detail because I think that when we're talking about values, the proof is really in what I've done. You don't have to take my word for what my values are. It's been expressed in all of my professional choices so far. And obviously I'm running because I think that what we need is pragmatic solutions. I feel like what I hear a lot of from our elected officials is overly ideological solutions. And as an attorney, I had to understand complicated systems. I had to be able to explain those systems to my clients, and then I had to go out and achieve the best results possible in those systems. And that's what we need from our city councilors right now. We need folks who are going to level with folks, tell people what's actually possible, and go out and achieve that. I also have significant experience managing large-scale organizations and managing through change, and we need that too. So I'm running because I think that my experience, my values align with what we need as a city.
Thank you. You are listening to the Video Voters Guide, interview and podcast with Phillipe Knab, running for Portland City Council, District 3. Mr. Knab, what are your ideas for working productively with other council members from your district?
Absolutely. And, I think there's an exciting opportunity to collaborate across with other council members from the district. And, I think some of what we'll be asked to do as council members are things that I'm uniquely positioned to do. As a civil legal aid attorney, I often had to, um, you know, listen to issues that were not well defined, issue spot those, and then try to resolve those to the best of our ability. That's going to be a big constituent services is going to be a big part of what we do. I think that as a lawyer and as a courtroom lawyer, as a public defender, as an eviction defense attorney and manager in those roles, I settled most of my cases, and I settled my cases with very opposed viewpoints, right? So one side wants someone out of an apartment, another side wants to stay in, and I've negotiated literally hundreds of settlements, and so those skills are going to be really important in working both across district and across the city with folks with different perspectives. The reality is that pragmatism means that we're going to value forward movement in these spaces, and we're going to find ways to align values, keep what's important, and discard what's not important. And that's what I did when I settled cases as a lawyer. We had I talked to my clients about what was important, what was negotiable, what was non-negotiable, and we came to conclusions. And I've done that thousands of times. I'm incredibly skilled at that. So I look forward to doing that. And I think that, we certainly need to be able to work across ideological barriers, but also as collaborators.
What, if any, actions would you consider taking to address the current concerns related to the critical energy infrastructure hub on the Willamette River?
Sure. And I'll admit with this question, I don't know that I have a ton of context for it, but with any infrastructure, especially energy infrastructure, the priorities have to be safety, efficiency, and energy, safety, environmental concerns, and emergency preparedness. And so I would ensure that anything that we have an ability to work on is going to kind of meet a rigorous standard in all of those ways.
Thank you, Mr. Knab. This concludes our Video Voters Guide and podcast interview of the League of Women Voters of Portland with Phillipe Knab, running for Portland City Council District 3. Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. Be sure to inform yourself about the candidates and exercise your right to vote. Thank you for your interest.